like you would never know. Like, what's his name? He plays for Notre Dame. What's his name?
You big on sports.
Yes, what is his name? They just did a document. I know his name is not. Is it Jeremiah Love?
I don't know.
For Notre Dame? He has autism. Oh, yes, and they did like I don't know if it was like no, but like actually yes, and his parents did like a ESPN like something, but yeah, I was so shocked, but like I'm like yo, but yeah.
I'm on my phone with the notes, so I don't want you to think I'm texting or being disrespectful. Shout out to autism. Oh, we did sound check? We good? Capital A.
That part.
Nah, shout out to autism for real, though.
No, actually.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, go.
To the college kids, no scholarships, starting your semester. Unpacking your suitcases, filling up your dresser. Enjoy it while you got it, after that is God bless you. Life is your professor, know that bitch is gon' test you.
I'm sorry. Welcome back to another episode. It's the boy.
You got it?
Welcome back. Take your time. Take your time. Welcome back to another episode of the Almost Dropouts, man. It's your boy Kai.
It's Caleb, a.k.a. The Blasian, a.k.a. OG Phil, a.k.a. Mr. Tutorial. I'm also known as Phil the Philosopher. And we have a special guest with us today.
And I am Alicia Adams.
A.k.a.
Alicia Ray.
A.k.a.
Entrepreneur.
A.k.a.
That girl.
That was hard.
On the spot, though.
So, Alicia, this podcast is based on like a series of like serious questions. Like we ask real serious questions. We dig deep.
I seen what you sent me. I was like, I love the in-depth nature of it. Very much giving reportive research.
And you know, that's probably because I just had a journalism class.
They do help a lot.
Yeah, but I don't want to be no journalist though. I think the class helped me out with that.
Fair.
You take any journalism classes in?
I did. I took two actually. I did one kind of studying like the history of journalism. So like from Zuckerberg from basically just the history of it. Like that portion of it. And then I did like a sports broadcasting one of like going to games, shooting VOs, editing it, using Adobe Premiere Pro. So I realized sports never sleeps, so I learned that I do enjoy being on the sidelines from like a creative standpoint, but I wouldn't want to like work in sports from like a production side because it's 24/7. It's a lot.
Damn. You know she went to UNC. She cheerleaded at UNC.
You know, Tar Heel for life.
I wanted to talk about being a student athlete and full-time content creator. Cause you was going consistency, like it was consistent.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was consistent. So how did you find balance in college with doing those three things?
I think I've always treated one thing as an outlet from the others. So I've always been really rooted in my work ethic. So I have the just self-motivation that I won't be outworked by anybody else. So it's mainly finding that balance was just time management. I love Google Calendar. I love writing down like everything on paper just to know like I have notes about it. But for content creation, I fell into it going into my sophomore year. So it just started off as something fun, but then I signed with the agency. So now it's like, so you have deadlines, you have deliverables, you have campaign briefs, you have
on videos.
Yeah. So it's like deadlines, especially like when you're working with a brand, like they want to see everything beforehand. So with cheerleading, I just saw that as an avenue to, of course, continue my athletic career, but it ended up being like an outlet for content creation as well.
That's hard. Now, can we backtrack a little bit?
Yeah.
Growing up, tell where you grew up.
Yeah, so I grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina. Yes, I'm a Hornets fan. Yes, I'm a Carolina Panthers fan. But yeah, born and raised there. Have an older brother. We were 8 years apart. So my boy, he just turned 30. He's unreal. Whew. I know, right? Like
my brother just turned 32. Damn.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
We
So
really almost there. We ain't got too much further.
No, like, bro, like it's crazy. But yeah. So
You played sports growing up?
Yeah, so I cheered. No, I really started in gymnastics first. So I started off in gymnastics, did that until I was like 11. All while doing that, I always ran track because my older brother ran track. So I was in the heat during the summer, AAU all day long.
Yeah.
And when I got into high school, I ran track too. I did the 800. I did the 300 meter hurdle. So I always did things that like other people didn't do. Me personally, I'm not a sprinter.
Yeah.
But I'm more of like an endurance runner, and like I can, with the skills that I developed from gymnastics, like I can like coordinate jumping over hurdles. So my brother did hurdles, I did hurdles, and my brother's coaches were still there when I was there. So they all call me Lil Will because my brother's name is William. So yeah, I did sports there.
So college was something that you like, I'm going to college, something I want to do. Like,
yeah, so I think for me, it was just figuring out like where, like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know where I wanted to go to school, so I applied to like over 20 schools.
You got in all of them?
Yeah. So I was like,
It's that work ethic.
I was so high strung in high school. The definition of like a try hard, I was that. Like I took AP Chem, AP Bio, AP Stats, AP Psych. I was in AP Capstone, got the AP diploma. Like I did everything, did dual enrollment, got a college, community college courses. And like, I just was like I was number 11 out of like 689 people of my class. So I took school very serious because I knew that's how I was going to get to school, for it to be paid for. So like I treated school as a competition because I knew like my brain can open up doors for me to go to school for a full ride like I did at UNC. So I always knew like I wanted to go to college, and I think it was just a matter of I knew I wanted a big game day atmosphere because I wanted to cheer.
That's cool.
How was it going to a
PWI?
No, I mean, should we go?
Oh, we can talk about.
But I think UNC and Georgia State, that's two completely
Yeah, I was gonna say football school,
different.
like
Okay,
a
fair.
sports school. Like not football school. They got football and basketball.
We have basketball.
Oh, you don't?
We can dive into football, but I would say I can touch on that too. Going to a sports driven school, because UNC is a women's sports school. Like they field hockey, women's soccer, so it's really driven by the women at Carolina. I think for me,
Shout out to UNC.
no cap, I enjoyed being a part of like the fan engagement piece of it, but like just seeing like the young Black girls wanting to take a picture with me as a cheerleader. Like I knew when I was younger, I really didn't see any Black cheerleaders, so it was really nice to be able to be like that representation. And for sports, it's really a way to bond with people. Like I've met so many people from like classes or just walking on campus over sports or like going to different games. And particularly for basketball, like I love basketball as opposed to football. Like I understand both of them, but I just get more into basketball because I did play basketball for a year in high school.
That's
so
for sports.
yes.
You love basketball for real?
No, yeah, like so for example, I played in high school. Could I play? No, I could not play. But rest in peace, Coach CJ. But he gave me an opportunity because like I was fast, so like I can move my hips. I'm really good on defense, all the things. But I could understand like where the post play would need to be. You need to come up to the top of the key or like set a screen. So like I understand it. Send the wings through.
Vocabulary.
Like, it's like
vocabulary though.
It is though. So
vocab.
I understand it because I had to study plays. So I kind of translated my studying from school to like basketball. So I kind of helped the team a lot of like drawing out plays before we would go like on the long bus rides or things like that. So I can't play, but I understand the game.
Would you coach it?
Ooh.
Would you coach cheer too? But I want to talk about basketball. Would you coach basketball?
I would coach basketball. I would say I would coach women's basketball specifically because the style of play is different. Like men's style of play is way faster. Just like I don't know how to explain it, but cheering for women's basketball and cheering for men's basketball, you get this perspective of like, wow, like it's just a different style of play. So I feel like I understand the women's style of play way better than the men's, because sometimes like for a complete play to go through as a coach once in a men's game, I don't know how often that happens. Usually like you get a bucket based off of something that was broken, and you just are instinctually relying on your basketball skills to basically make something out of nothing. So women's is a little bit more like, I feel,
for real basketball lovers.
Yeah, it's like a lot of like technique that goes into women's basketball that a lot of people don't think about.
You think that's changing? Because that's what college used to be. Like for me, I wouldn't watch NBA. I would just watch college because I really love the sport of basketball, and they really ran plays, they had
Yes.
shit to a T. You know, them coaches didn't play. And it's like the NIL kind of made college feel like the NBA
Yeah.
a little bit.
It's interesting.
So I think with women's basketball, it's like that's real basketball. Like you see plays actually working. So I don't know. It's just I like it. Would you coach cheer?
Would I coach cheer? I would coach cheer, but I don't know. I have like this weird relationship with cheer. Granted, I did not plan on being an Atlanta Hawks cheerleader. Really random.
That's just something that happened.
Literally random. My now teammate lives in my building, and so we got connected. And she was like, "Oh, like you cheered in college. You should come to like tryouts. They were invite only." And I was like,
I like that.
"Yeah." I was like, "Ma, I'm a cheer again." And she was like, "Okay, Alicia," because like I had 2 concussions in college. I had back pains. Yeah, I got dropped.
What you the flyer?
Yeah, I get thrown up in the air. So it was just, and like I've tumbled, fell, hit my head, like back pains, like my knees, ankles cracked, everything.
Heard a pop. Just like me for
Everything.
real.
So it's
Just like
like
me for real.
it was just a matter of like I don't think my body can handle cheer no more. So it's just being in the Atlanta Hawks like organization is way less intense as college was, because we had practice Monday, Wednesday, we had lift Tuesday, Thursday. If we had a football game, we had field practice on Friday, and then we had all game on Saturday. Then if it's that collision where it's football and basketball, then you got a football game on Saturday and you got a Sunday game in the Dean Smith Center for basketball.
What was your major?
My major was information science, and I double minored in entrepreneurship and urban planning. And so I went into Carolina as a pre-med neuroscience major. So I wanted to go into medical school.
I'm fucking around losing the vocab.
And basically, my brother's in technology. He's a software developer for a financial institution. And he was like, I can see you being in tech. And I'm like, I don't see any Black women in tech at that time, or I just didn't have the exposure to it. And then I took this one class that was systems design. So I've pretty much learned what I needed to know to like build my startup. And from there, it was like, okay, I'm gonna dive into this. So I graduated May with that degree. So that was, thank you, 3.9 GPA.
We have an almost dropout in the building, you guys.
College graduate. That's a blessing.
It is.
Bro.
So
no debt. Amen.
No debt. That's a big one.
That's a big one.
So how
Start
was that balancing that? Like that, I know that's
Ooh, like
coming from high school
Yeah.
and then just so much on the plate.
So I would say my competitive nature really started in middle school with school, because I went to a Title I middle school, so it was rough to say the least as far as just students, different backgrounds, students fighting every day, students just not really, basically students going to school to escape their like home life. And I didn't come from that background, but I was able to understand and have empathy for my peers and like learn like really fundamental skills of like how to interact with people from different backgrounds. And my mom being in the school system, like I just knew a lot of different information of like, some students go to school and the only meals that they will eat are at school. So like my mom would always pack me like extra snacks and stuff like that. Like people would like grab stuff from my lunchbox because like I knew I was fortunate enough to be able to provide for others. So in middle school, we kind of got like rewarded for doing well on tests because we had to be tested every 9 weeks because we got federal funding. So we had benchmark exams that we had to do every 9 weeks. And it was a continuous thing of like testing and testing. So school for me was like, it was almost like a game. And I don't know if that aligns to what I do today, but I just try to find the best way to like be the best. So kind of like balancing that. But getting into high school, I was the one to cry like if I didn't get an A. Like I took it so serious because I'm like, I got to get into this school. Like I have to be great because like I'm not taking out no loan to go to school because one, I graduated at 17, so I was super young and my mom had to sign for everything. But yeah, translating that into Carolina, freshman year was hard. It wasn't even academically hard, but it was just like balancing everything as far as like socially, because I wasn't like, I'm not the person to go out. Like y'all caught me at Morehouse and I was like, that's the first time I went out for real, or like in a college setting where it was just like so much fun. That was the biggest thing. So balancing my social life my freshman year, got a concussion.
Did you make it into the tailgate?
I did
the
make
next
it.
day?
I did.
Okay.
I did. So I pretty much was in my dorm. I didn't have a roommate, which I'm glad I didn't have a roommate my freshman year. But so it was just like figuring out I was going crazy in my room, studying all the time. I took like 18 credit hours as a freshman first semester, which was like crazy to do. But it was just a lot. But I balanced it.
Maybe I'm not pushing myself as hard as I thought I was.
It's
'Cause
crazy.
That's competitive.
No, it's like a thing though. I've had to learn. I don't like not being productive, which is not healthy. I've learned that like you do have to like take time for yourself. So I've kind of understood to not make my schedule so busy, so like I don't sit with myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, self-care is very important in college because I was crashing out. I ain't gonna lie. Well, not crashing out. Like it was just like getting so worked up because I wasn't like getting the grades that I was used to. Like, dude, I dropped this one class. I took that W for this one class, this Bio 205 class. It was like cellular biology, and I got like a 59 on exam. And I was like, I never. Alicia does not fail exams. Like I don't fail exam. Exactly. And it was like I just realized that, girl, you're taking 18 credit hours. Like you're cheering. I had work study too. Ooh. I didn't have to do work study, but I wanted to because I wanted to work with the athletics department and IT, so that was cool. But yeah, just juggling everything was like figuring out a way to realize like it's not the end of the world. Like a lot of times we have this pressure to like always perform our best, especially as college students, because it's like we're in this bubble. It's like end all be all. But now like I'm in the real world. I've seen like people get let go from their job and they got 5 kids. I'm like, life is pretty good for me. I'm chilling. Like I don't have any responsibilities. I'm grateful. So it's just realizing that college is only a moment in time, and it's up to you to make the most of it.
And that's something that somebody, like before I came into college, that's a message that I got throughout the summer. I met 2 people who went to Georgia State, and they just so happened to both be film majors. And I asked them, I'm like, so what's it like? Like, what's the experience of being a film major at Georgia State? One person was like, bro, it's poo, bro. Like, it ain't all that. It ain't all they hyped it up to be. And the other person was like, it's literally what you make it.
That is.
If you get the right, like, if you take the right classes and you at it, it's going to be the best thing for you. Come out with different internships, working hours under your belt already, blah, blah, blah. It was like, it's literally what you make it. And you just proved it again, like college is literally what you make it out to be.
Yeah.
Because 18 credit hours as a freshman, I'd be damn.
So how soon did your content creation like really start?
Start taking out. I just did my finances for my content stuff. So like I've seen like the monetary progression of it, which is like insane. But I started really just like when everyone was on TikTok, like just recording my natural hair and like getting ready for game days. And so like going into my sophomore year is like when it like I'm like, oh, like mom, like this video got 100,000 views. And she's like, what does that mean? My mom, she doesn't have social media, which is like, girl, okay. So explaining that to her. And so it really started to take off probably my junior year of college. And I say that because I had to reschedule an exam. I had to let my professor know. I'm like, hey, I got to go out to LA because I've been asked to speak on this panel. I need to take this exam early. I'll do it. I'll come to your office hours. And like, I really had to move my school schedule around, which I've always said, like, I would never let the content interfere with that. But I had like 2 exams I needed to take before I went to LA. And I was so anxious because I was like, I don't want the content to interfere with my academic performance. And so once I got to LA, finished the panel, checked my grades, I got an A on both exams. That's like, bet I can do it all. And just making sure I prioritize and just manage my time very, very well. So my junior year is like when stuff like really started taking off. That's like when I signed with my talent agency. So they pretty much helped me be able to enter spaces with brands and like pitch me to different campaigns and things of that nature. So that's when the deadlines, the campaign briefs, and just editing a lot, doing a lot of call to actions for brands and different products came into play, and it's been up ever since.
That's cool.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
How so real is that? Like looking back at when you first started, like you said, you were just doing the finances about it, but like just from like a lifestyle point of view, coming from a dorm room to now, it's like
it's so interesting because people always ask me like, what does it feel like to be an influencer? And it's interesting because like I'm literally just being myself on the internet. I feel like if I was doing something where it was more script based, like for example, like Desi Banks, where he's like a comedian and he has like different skits that he does. Like I feel like I would burn out creative with my creative sense because that takes so much brain power. But when it's me focusing like on my natural hair, skincare,
Things you
beauty,
do without the camera on.
yeah, and also my schoolwork, because I really like was diving into that and like letting people know that like, hey, like I'm a college student first. I prioritize my education by any means necessary because knowledge is power, and I would never sacrifice my content. I would never sacrifice my education for my content, and I've always tried to embody that because a lot of people, like even my teammates when I was at Carolina, they're like, so like, are you gonna drop out of school? Girl,
No.
my mother would literally drive up to Chapel Hill in like 30 minutes, and it's a 2.5-hour drive. But it's I would say it's really crazy just to the spaces that I've been in and like meeting different people. Like I've met Tia Mori, I've met Ashley Everett. She was a dancer for Beyonce for like 20 plus years. I'm trying to think, what's her name? Novi Brown. She plays for a Tyler Perry series. Just like, and also like other influencers like I grew up watching. It's like, yo, like this is actually insane. But I say for me, like the lifestyle is still the same. Like I don't really, any money that I touch with content, like I don't like really spend it. I just invest it. So that's another thing that like I be trying to get people my age to really lean into, because yes, I have a full-time job in tech, so that's like what pays the bills, but I think content is not forever. Just like, for example, people on Vine, like Vine was hilarious, but Vine is no longer here. And when that TikTok thing happened and like everyone was freaking out of like, oh my gosh, like TikTok is gone, I was cool because I knew like it was a medium for me to express my content, but I don't see myself being in content creation in this capacity for the next 25 years. Like that would be kind of unrealistic, but I have so much more like planned for myself to like pivot into new spaces.
That's real. Now, I haven't asked any questions from this, and you already touched on probably like 4 things. So I'm gonna walk it back a little bit. Debbie.
Oh, I love my Debbie.
I found that story like very like
I love Debbie.
inspirational. You hopped out of the cheer line.
Yeah, so I was cheering my freshman year for women's basketball, and she's a donor for UNC basketball, for women's, men's basketball, and now volleyball. So
Did she play?
No, actually, her husband played at Carolina for football, but she's never been really into athletics from like a playing standpoint because she's had like over, I don't know how many surgeries on her knees. So I think she had her first surgery when she was 12. So she's never been able to play sports, but she's always had an appreciation for them. And both of her sons, I believe, played sports as well. And her son, Brian, played at Carolina as well. So it's like a Carolina family. So she was walking with her walker, and she had a purple strip in her brown hair. And I was just so annoyed because she got down to me, and I'm at the end of the line. So she passed so many people who could have helped her. And I was just like, I just got out of the line because, like, I mean, I would help someone who's like my grandmother. So why would I not do that?
And you were a freshman at the time.
A freshman at the time. And she gave me the biggest hug ever. And she was literally crying because she was like, you finally saw me. Like, you made me feel very seen. And a lot of people dismiss people who may have a disability where it's like they need more assistance to their seats and things like that. And from there, we went to lunch. I invited her to Purple Bowl, which is like this really good acai place. If y'all like acai, y'all need to check that out in Chapel Hill. Family owned, you know.
Ooh, hello.
And she's my girl. Like, I'm best friends with a 71-year-old. Like, I literally was on the phone with her yesterday. Like, she is my girl. And we're completely different. She's white. I'm black.
She's 71.
She's 71. I'm 22. But we bond over so many things, and it's amazing to see like how that small act of kindness brought her into my life because she's the best ever. And so we've been friends, like 4 years now while I was at Carolina.
She hosted your graduation party?
Yeah, she hosted. You really did your research.
Nah, because come on now.
Yeah, she hosted my graduation party at their house in Chapel Hill when UNC had those active shooting incidents.
Yeah.
Andy, her husband, picked me up from campus. I like just had a mental break at their house and all the things. So she's she's so great. Like, we would have family dinners. So they have a dog named Danny Green
Yeah.
after the UNC player, and then she has a cat named Leo, and we just literally just have family dinner. So they made Carolina feel like home for me, and she's just the best. And she kind of put me into a perspective of like, wow, like it's crazy, like the people you'll meet, and like they'll be completely different from like the people you've grown up around. But when I say Debbie's my girl, she's my girl.
Shout out Debbie.
Shout out Debbie.
And showing up for people, man. That's crazy. Was that something that you've always been like, you know, like as a kid, like you would do stuff like that? Like,
yeah, I feel like, and I'm learning that now, like my love language is really like acts of service and like just going out of my way to be kind, because I know what it feels like to like not be seen, or some people are just mean. I don't know.
for no reason.
For no reason. And I've learned, especially as a cheerleader, you always have to smile. Even if I'm having the worst day ever,
That's
you always
facts.
have to put on a face. So I know like how it will feel if someone just feels like the slightest appreciation. So, and kindness as well.
It's making sense now. Because definitely when you say like you would bring like extra snacks and people at school would be taking
You
stuff
just
out.
never know what people are going through. And that's what I learned from middle school to high school till now. Like being post-grad, which is crazy. Like I'm an actual adult.
Alumni.
Fact.
I know.
I wanted to ask about how are you maintaining your mental health throughout like so much and interacting with so many different energies on a daily basis? Like, what's the upkeeping? Like, how is that?
Yeah, so post-grad, I'm not gonna lie, I just felt like I was floating, in the sense like you have school to like ground you of, you know, this assignment is due, you have this deadline, and when it's just up to you to make your schedule outside of the 9 to 5, you feel so much pressure to consume your time with things. So I was telling my mom, like, girl, I feel like I'm going crazy. But I have a really close relationship with my mom and my brothers. So, like, I call them all the time. Like, sometimes I'll call my brother when I'm at work and we'll just be on the phone for 2 hours, not saying nothing. And it's just so I can have just an outlet.
Yeah.
So I definitely have taken up running more. So I'm trying to think. From our friend Tylee Craft, who passed away from cancer, he played football at Carolina.
Number 13.
Yeah, that's my guy. I ran 13 miles to honor him. So I've kind of like gotten into running a lot.
Yeah.
And then the Hawks, that's also another outlet for me. And I appreciate the Hawks so much because it made cheer for me like fun again. So a lot of athletes will have that experience where you could just get burnt out with the sport.
Yeah.
And I was at that point with cheerleading where I was okay like not picking up a uniform again. So with my mental health, it's just, yeah, some days I have days that I cry and it's just like, I just need to get off my chest.
Gotta
Or
let
just,
it out. Gotta let it out.
Or I've learned to like find people who can actually be a soundboard for me. Like, listen, I don't need you to give me any advice right now. I just need you to listen.
I just need that ear.
Listen
bro.
and to digest. And I also have a strong support system here in Atlanta. My high school cheerleading coach.
Yeah.
We live in the same building. So I've known her since I was 13. So she's the best ever. So having a support system has been really good for me. And sleep. Oh my gosh. Mental health, sleep is so important. And I think the younger generation, we don't prioritize it as much because we're always on go.
Yeah.
So my sleep schedule is not the best, but I do find times to literally just catch up on sleep, and that's helped me a lot.
Maybe this week, been trying to start going to sleep at 10:30.
Cause don't y'all got finals?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already knowing how that get.
Yeah. I was
Already
just up the other night.
Who though?
Probably Friday night.
Yeah.
I was taking a mock final. Went to sleep at like 2:30. Woke up at 8. Went to the gym. Came back from the gym. Took a nap. Then got up from the nap. Had to study a couple hours. Then I had to go take the exam.
College is so hard.
Fried.
Yeah,
It's so hard.
I'm low-key just ready to be done.
Fried. Fried.
But
No, I was about to
okay, for sure. I wanted to, after Debbie, I wanted to talk about co-founding the business or the app too. While you were still in school.
Oh Jesus.
So this is still like the
Popping
same
up.
time. You feel what I'm saying?
So yeah, with Hair Match, I was at a crossroads where I could cheer another year for my senior year, or I could dive full in on this business. And so I was at my summer workout, because we would have workouts in the summer for cheer each month, and even my coaches knew. They were like, you just don't seem as like engaged, like,
Yeah.
because in my head I'm sitting here doing cheer things, but I'm also thinking about, okay, what would it be like if I poured in all this time for cheer into this startup? And so I decided to go all in on the startup. Me and my co-founder started building out wireframes, building out different prototypes to like test with different users, and just really do like a lot of research around products.
Did he went to Georgia Tech?
He went to Georgia Tech.
How did you connect with him?
We connected at our internship at Delta. So I interned at Delta Airlines for 2 summers with their business strategy within IT.
Yeah.
So quick story, I was on the team that did the digital transformation for Delta, the largest one they had, where they migrated 100 mission critical applications to AWS.
Yeah.
And so it was crazy to be like on a C-suite level team where you have the business side communicating with the technology to basically explain like, why is this like $60 million technology investment worth it to the business? So that was very insightful. And Matthew, my co-founder, was working on their software development team. And
shout out Matt.
Yeah, we just met on our internship and we just bonded over entrepreneurship and college sports, because he swam competitively at Georgia Tech, and then he decided to forego his swimming career to dive into his major for for computer science. And since launching Hair Match and getting the accolades that we've done, he's built another startup and sold it, and he works full time for Microsoft. So when I tell you guys Matthew Steele will probably be the next CEO of Microsoft, I kid you not. Like,
yeah, also won $25,000 in business funding.
Yeah,
from Microsoft.
Yeah, so we were finalists in the 2025 Imagine Cup competition with Microsoft, and so it's like hundreds of applications from different student startups across, I think, 150 countries. And so we were.
I thought it was only, maybe.
You thought it was just like.
Nah, I was about to say some stupid shit.
Oh, no, you're good. And so we made it to the finals rounds. We were in Seattle for a week at Microsoft Build. We spoke, like I spoke before, the CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, and basically just shared what Hair Match is to the world. And we won, $25,000 in funding, which was crazy to think about. This is like an idea. Like, no one thought that, like, hair products, AI, no one thinks about hair and beauty together. Hair and AI together, needless to say. But a lot of people thought like it wouldn't work, or like people wouldn't buy it. But I knew from my experience as a content creator and as a Black woman, if we find a product that works, we stick to it and we're very loyal to it. Just like y'all not going to go to a random for a haircut or a retwist. So it's like that same aspect of finding a product. It's combining that into an app to make it even more streamlined.
Does it work for men here?
It can work for men here, yeah,
Okay.
if you have hair. But like waves, it's not necessarily gonna.
You got hair.
Yeah. Oh.
That nigga Jay got
he got
it.
hang time.
Jay got that.
He got hang
Got
time.
hair though.
Okay, period.
Yeah. How was that though? Like just going through the whole Microsoft experience and actually like you won. Like
Yeah, we won.
That was
Yeah, everyone who was a finalist made money, so I feel like that's a win in my opinion. Just
Win
to
for
have
everybody.
to have that exposure. I strongly believe that experience kind of opened up to me I don't know, it just kind of ignited a fire in me that like I can actually do anything that I put my mind to, which is kind of scary to think about because I have so many interests. So if I really hyper focus, I can get a lot of things done. But it was super great. And I learned that with that experience, hair is just not within the Black community, but it's across all communities and all ethnic backgrounds, because finding products for curly hair is rooted in trial and error. And this one lady came up to me when I was at Microsoft Build, and she was a part of the production crew, I think, and she showed me a picture of her daughter. She was like 17, and she was this white girl that had these big curls, and her mom was saying that I took a picture of you and sent it to her because she's in high school right now trying to figure out what works for her hair. And I was like, so that clicked something for me, like, okay, like I was, even though we don't look alike, she was able to resonate in what Hair Match is trying to do. So that experience was just so full circle, and just to really put on for my entrepreneurship minor that I majored in at Carolina, the Schufer program, because they gave me all the tools to understand entrepreneurship, not from just a business acumen, but understanding how do you get people to buy in for your idea to give you money.
Yeah.
So me and my co-founder, we like bootstrapped. So like we didn't take any outside funding before we had got that award from Microsoft and another student venture fund at Carolina. But yeah, even like something as simple as like a handshake, like a firm handshake, that I get compliments all the time from like in the workspace because they don't anticipate a woman having a firm, strong handshake.
Yeah.
So
It's very brilliant because hair appeals to your emotion as well.
yes.
And I could just imagine how a mother feels like trying to help her daughter with her own hair, and it's like that's just one person. Imagine how many other people need the exact same assistance with.
Exactly.
Facts.
Exactly.
Mind blowing. It's amazing. That's amazing.
I was looking on TikTok, your Big Sister series. I feel like that's a series that really
I love
like
the Big Sister series.
could really like help. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, maybe this is just for the girls. But now I was watching it.
It's for the guys too.
I was like, wait, hold on. Yeah, I was picking up on some stuff. When did you realize that you was like becoming a niche?
Ooh, that is so. I think I would probably say my senior year at Carolina because people started asking me more questions outside of just hair content. They weren't asking me about products anymore. They were asking me like, how do you manage your time? Like, how do you decide what major you did in college? And just even with my startup and like being an actual entrepreneur, because I feel like sometimes we are so reluctant to call ourselves entrepreneurs because it's not a defined roadmap into
Promising.
entrepreneurship.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that when I realized I had a niche, especially when being a mentor to my classmates or also my other friends in the college space, of just like asking them to come study with me, even if they don't like study the way that I study, because I write all my notes down, which is very time consuming, but it helps with just
Remembering and
the
stuff.
reinforcement of the information. And I just feel like I'm a very, what's the word? Like big sister, like dependable, trustworthy, but I'm also not going to lie to you. I'm very blunt. And that's something that I have had to learn to adjust how I speak to people, or how I will candidly just say like how I'm feeling or how you made me feel. And so my mom says my face will tell how I feel before my mouth does. So like being a big sister is just putting you on game or just teaching you things like I had to learn by doing it and making the mistake. So
Wait, but you mentioned your big brother. You didn't mention any younger siblings. Do you have any younger siblings?
no, I don't. So actually, I do have a half sibling. He's 2 years younger than me, and he's at VCU. He's like mechanical engineering.
Shout out, bro. Virginia Commonwealth. What?
So yeah, Virginia Commonwealth University. Yeah. But my big brother was kind of like the inspiration behind the big sister, because he's put me on so much game of like everything from. Even recently, like for example, I'm renting an apartment and there's like a renting service fee that shouldn't exist. It's just like when you sign a lease, they just sign you up for it. So he was like, double check to make sure like this isn't on your lease. And like it wasn't, but it was on my mom's lease. So he just is so niche with a lot of things of just, I'm like, how do you have time to find out this stuff? But for example, like a credit card, like my brother helped me with like being on his credit, like helping me build my credit of like, I didn't know where
Shout out, big bro.
Exactly. William, your big sister. Ooh, no, your little sister. I love you. But yeah, just finding out things that they don't teach you in class. Like doing my taxes for the first time. I'm like, why do they not teach you this like in high school or even credit?
They tried.
They tried. Where you from?
My school. We all went to the same high school.
They have some classes that'll give you like you go through like a little simulation of like
Weaver tried.
Okay, interesting.
Weaver and Dr. Nova, they tried to teach you about something.
slightly.
Okay, because North Carolina, the education curriculum is so different. A lot of what like fundamental life skills are in there is not rooted in the curriculum. So for me, figuring out a credit card in college, I was like, I'm not doing anything unless my brother signs off on it, because I'm naive. Like I don't want to like do the wrong thing. But yeah, I would say like I'm a mini me of my brother, in a way, but I've just like escalated the pathway a little bit, because like now it's like people refer to him. Before, when I was younger, people would be like, "Oh, you Will's little sister," but now they're like, "Oh, you Alicia's brother." I'm like, sibling rivalry is like definitely like
that's how I grew up too.
Yeah.
My big sister, she was 4 years older than me. Nobody really knew
My
I
brother's
was related
8.
to my brothers. See, that's crazy. Well,
Yeah.
my oldest brother is 10. Yeah, right. Exactly. And then it kind of like trickled down from there. But nobody really knew I was related to my brothers and my sister on my dad's side. But my mom, where I grew up, I was definitely always, oh, you Imari's little brother, or like you just didn't have your own identity. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I still
low
got
key. Well, I don't know, cause mine was 8 too. It's an 8-year difference too. But when I used to go to my brother's high school,
Y'all weren't planned either, right?
and- you know who?
Like you weren't planned.
Oh,
like birth.
Yeah.
Oh no, for sure I was.
Yeah, for sure. I
She
was.
definitely asked, could I go back up?
I think I don't know. I'm not too sure. But I don't know. I always felt like it was cool. Like, damn, these people they know me from my brother. Like my brother was a basketball. He played basketball. So, oh, you G little brother. Oh, y'all look just like y'all. I'm like, yeah, man, that's me. But then it's like, yeah, it does put something in you. It's like, okay, now I need my own name.
Yeah.
That's cool
for
though,
sure.
because your brother was cool.
Yeah, he was.
I didn't know what my sister had done to most of these people that was like, oh, you Imari little brother.
Yeah.
She probably done cussed him out in some more shit, so
That was funny.
ain't no telling. Okay, we talked about hair match. Lessons learned. Yeah, what are some lessons you learned from starting hair match?
Ooh.
And like going through like, acquiring business funding, Microsoft, like what are some lessons you learned? Cause was it last week or last time we filmed when we was like, when I was like, imagine the type of person you have to be to acquire $1 million and then just try to imitate that person. That was last time we filmed. You don't remember? Okay, cool. Right. So yeah, like what are some things like personally that you equip that helps you with your time management, with, studying, with going to work and all that stuff, staying disciplined?
Yeah, I think just in the process of building out Hair Match, I can say my co-founder, we were meeting bi-weekly, doing like maybe like 10-minute touch points, like really having this cadence of just being really strategic with our time. And so that helped me a lot in my senior year, because you definitely get checked out a little bit, especially when you're in the process for like interviewing and doing applications and like trying to get offers for different jobs and figure out, okay, what city am I going to go to? So you like have all this like school stress, but life stress. And then in the startup, it was really just fun to bring an idea to life that resonated so deeply with me, because as a Black woman, finding hair care products was like, I was a kid on YouTube in the middle of the night at 12 years old, trying to watch a video to figure out, okay, what product would work for my hair? How can I style my hair this way?
Should I watch a Smooth Geo?
But the biggest thing I learned is to not be afraid to say your ideas out loud, because I was sitting on Hair Match probably for a year before I even decided
it?
Yeah, because I met my co-founder the summer of 2023. We didn't start working on it until the summer of 2024. So I always had like this idea of like, how can we like find hair products a little bit more streamlined and effective way that's efficient? And I ran the idea by him and he was like, I don't think I could build that. And I'm like, okay, cool.
What you mean?
But then like a week later, he was like, I did some more research on like the vision language models and stuff like that. He was like, I think we can build this. And so that's when we hit the ground running in July of 2024. We launched in November of 2024, getting on the App Store. And then we made the Microsoft finals. What was that? Like January.
Yeah.
So
that was recent.
And so, yeah, we were doing like all that finalist work from January to March and May, where we went on to the build stage. So it was a quick turnaround, probably like 6 months of like traction.
Yeah.
And just seeing how from that experience and building Hair Match, it's just like I now know I can build a business if I want to, which I did. Of course, I have a business with like content and stuff like that. But to build an actual application that people were buying was like super cool.
How is it now, being that process was as big of a process as it was, getting the reviews and the results back from it? Like, what's that feeling like?
Like people were so like supportive, and they were like, oh my goodness, like this is such a great idea. And like just for my community to buy into like what I'm showing them just kind of feels like getting a hug from your mom almost. Yeah. And I think that for me, it really just showed me that I don't want to just sell people something just to sell. Like, I don't want to sell them like a product just for another product, but it's something to help them really find what works for their hair. Because not one product is going to work for your hair when you're 14 and now I'm 22. So your hair changes all the time. As a woman, like, your hormones affected. If you have children, that affects it. And like, even with like chemotherapy, like, it changes genetically your hair type. And I'm just like, wow, that's an interesting thing. Like, how could we help in that process of figuring out, like, what specific gene is chemotherapy targeting that is changing your hair type? And like, okay, how can we help a patient who's now regrown their hair to find new products? Like, so my brain just always kind of thinks
Problem solve.
Yeah, I'm very fixated in
Deep.
just asking why. I always ask why. My mom used to be like, because, like, I would I would always ask my mom, well, why? She's like, because I said so. But having that curiosity, I have a huge curiosity for learning. So I'll never get tired of learning something new, and having reviews from customers. They're the biggest thing to help us be able to essentially pivot and learn and how to reiterate what we're doing. Yeah. So the customers are the root of why we're successful today.
That's overly real. You speak about investing. I don't invest personally. I just haven't, right, sell me today. Just haven't been able to like really sit down and learn what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
Yeah, I do.
big bro over here be investing.
Okay.
So what's some advice? Matter of fact, big bro, you spark it up.
Wait, what do you invest in? I invest in the cryptocurrency for right now. I'm going to get into stocks next year. Mm-hmm. That's what my dad does. He invests through, I think it's called like Thinkorswim.
Okay, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Thinkorswim, yeah.
But I don't really like how you have a limit per week that you can invest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I invest in the cryptocurrency. What do you invest?
So personally, I always listen to the quote by Warren Buffett: "Don't invest in anything that you don't understand." Mm-hmm. And so for me like too. I've always approached, like, I'm not looking for like fast money or anything like that, but more so leaning into like building generational wealth. And so with the thing that I understand that is low risk is the like index funds, for example, where it's like you have a certain amount of top performing companies in the US and it follows the S&P 500. And with my thought process, yes, I could go out. I did a video on this. I said, yes, I could go out and buy a
Chanel.
Yeah, a $6,000 Chanel bag. Or I can invest that $6,000 into the market. And so the biggest thing is just trying to change your mindset, basically, of how you're able to redistribute your money in a way to not really... We have this thing for like instant gratification right now, but it's more so for later. Like, how can we do that?
That's how, that's really how it was for me getting out of high school. I started looking at my bank statements and I was like, well, I don't even know what I'm spending this money on. Like, I got money for graduating. And then like, by the time I got to college, it was I'm already dried out. Like, and I'm like, where's this money going? Mm-hmm. So then that's when I'm like, okay. I went wrong because when I first started investing, I thought it was some get rich quick, like, but then I started to see like, okay, you probably gonna lose a lot of money before you start making a lot of money. And this is gonna take time, especially depending on what you're invested in and how the economy is going. It's so many factors that play into what you invest in. And now it's just more like generational wealth, like you said.
Yeah, and you don't even have to have like, you can start with $10. Like, it doesn't have to be like this huge lump sum of money that goes into investing. But I will say that I've always been a little like frugal with my money. Like this is a crazy story.
Shit, I'm cheap. I'm gonna tell you straight up.
This is like some real life, like crazy. So my mom used to take my birthday money because like, as my grandpa giving me like $300, what are you gonna do with $300 at 6 years old? Yeah. So like, I would have all these like different expenses and things like that. And so I was so tight with my money, I literally put it in an envelope, put it in a plastic bag, and taped it underneath like the toilet seat cover. Like the thing that you lift up on the back of the toilet. Like, I was like that frugal because like I didn't want nobody to touch my money. But now I've learned that to calm down a little bit. But
Please.
It's just really just investing. Also, another easy way of investing, which is not really investing, but just like life planning, high yield savings account. So basically, your money sits there in a high yield savings account. It might be like 3.83% interest, and it'll give you interest month by month. So the
It's
more
way
money you
more
have
than
in
the
that
checkings
account,
and the savings.
yeah, like the
Like a
regular
regular
checkings and savings is not as much interest. But another thing, like so many people who are wealthy, a lot of their money is tied up into the market and not into, for
Liquid.
example, real estate, because real estate is so hard to liquidate. Like it's like and you only see value in your home or whatever real estate when you sell. So it's like one of my mentors, I have so many mentors, but he's in a lot of different spaces. He's in film. He actually put out a film with Wes Bellamy. They did a documentary on the Charlottesville incident that happened, and so they're doing different screenings. So there was one here in Atlanta, but he's a executive producer, and he's in real estate, restaurant business, all these things. And he was saying like our country has like sold us on like the dream of like home ownership is the key to generational wealth, but in economic sense, it doesn't make sense because you have this fixed asset that you have a monthly expense on, which is a mortgage. So it's pulling away from your cash flow. So in basic economics, it doesn't make sense. And so when my mentor told me that, like literally just week, because I was on the phone with him for like an hour and 30, and he was like, yeah, so like if you're trying to get into real estate, like he started like with a 4-unit building, had a building where he was living in one, 2 paid off like all the expenses on it, and then he had like $1,500 in cash flow each month. So it's just learning through other people of how to invest the right way, because I want to invest to like live my life with like freedom, not to be like money hungry. Like I don't, because when we go, it doesn't go anywhere unless it's like with your children and things like that. So I want to make my money work for me, but I feel like sometimes people are like super greedy with money, but money only will amplify who you are. So if you're not a great person before you have money, if you have money, you're probably going to be a very bad person. And we see that play out a lot in different areas.
Facts. I got to change my investment strategies as well, because I was definitely the type to just throw a lump sum of money at one time instead of just, building up by periods. I throw $100 here, $50 here, $200. I was going like $700, $1,500. Like every 4 or 5 months, I'm just throwing in a lump sum, and then it's like, but that's a part of the investment strategy to change up.
For sure.
That's definitely dope though. How did you meet your mentor?
So I met him through my entrepreneurship minor. So he's a board advisor for the Schufert program of entrepreneurship. And so I met him during my senior year at Carolina, and he's dope. And I really kind of leaned into him recently as a mentor because I was crashing out. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do a post-bac. I'm going to do a 1-year pre-med post-bac and just go to medical school. I was really thinking about that like last week. And I was like, so he was like, medical school is like beneath you. Like you have I see it in you to do so much that you don't need to limit yourself in that way. And so I kind of, got myself together, and I was like, I know like what I want to do and what I have the capability to. So I don't need to kind of lean into something that's a little bit more stable, like healthcare. Like I know I'm gonna have that every 2 weeks I'll have that check or whatever. But it's kind of nice to play a little bit with risk and really lean into entrepreneurship while like being so young, because I have nothing to lose, and that's the biggest thing. We're so young. I get so caught up on that. I feel so much pressure of like, I gotta have to. Don't get me started on relationships. Anyways,
we ain't gotta go there.
But like you feel like you have to have your life figured out in so many aspects. But I realize like I'm 22, I can literally fail today, fail tomorrow, fail next week, and I have so much time. And my coworker, she actually helped me like understand that, because she's 55, and it's just cool to be like working in a time where you have different generations, and like we're entering and they're exiting, and they have so much knowledge, and like she's looking at me, she's like, you have so much time. Like, you don't even know how much time you have. And I'm like, I know. So I've kind of like just realized to not put so much pressure on myself a little bit with that. But I'm also not a slacker. So I'm not just going to just lollygag. I'm very intentional with my time.
Very intentional with the time. So, I don't invest. Like, what should I invest in today if I want to? Or how would I go about learning more about investing? Okay,
fair. So to preface this, I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, so take everything that I say with a grain of salt.
Gotcha.
However, I will say that it's not as hard as people think. And then really just leaning in to begin with, what I personally did was something that's very low risk. I don't trade individual stocks because I don't understand stocks very well. But also what I learned is that people who are on the stock floor, like the New York Exchange stock floor, they're basically trying to anticipate the market, which when you think about it, how can you predict the future? So when I kind of like grounded myself in that, it's a lot of things that the market is influenced by so many things, especially in today's time of everything, that it's really nice to know that, hey, like, okay, I'm investing in something that's low risk, that if the market crashes, I'm not like impacted of like, oh my gosh, I'm losing everything. Like a lot of people, like in the 2008 housing crisis, people who had a lot of money in real estate lost everything. And then even through school, like I learned about basically they're called like secondary mortgages, where like mortgage companies were like bundling your mortgages and like selling them off like in a secondary market. So I don't even know how they were allowed to do that, but they were giving people.
Then it was like selling like the loan, like selling the debt.
Yeah, it was so weird. But I watched this one video about it while I was in school, and just seeing how that the market, they knew like it was about to come crashing down, and that they were just giving like $500,000 loans to people, and they didn't even run their credit. Like that to me doesn't make sense. But another thing I learned through my urban planning minor is that, have you guys ever heard of BlackRock?
Yes, the company. Yeah, that's one of them ones.
Like they're a private equity firm, and
That's one of them ones.
they own
A lot
so
of
much
shit.
of the housing market. So
I applied to try to get an internship there.
yeah, and it's so hard to get it. It's so hard to get internship there. It's like a secret society, but so much
BlackRock.
So much real estate was bought by them. Like they were spending millions a day on real estate when the market crashed. And so everyone thinks like the housing market is really privately owned by a lot of real estate firms, private equity firms. And then don't even get me started on cities that may have like restrictive zoning. So like even if I want to build a multi-unit home, you can't because you don't have the permits to do so.
You gotta go through.
So like Charlotte is an 84% single resident family zone city. So apartment complexes are always concentrated in like areas because the zoning permits for it, and they will strategically do that with like redlining of how back when the Federal Housing Administration.
I don't know enough.
It's a lot that I learned in urban planning of like the banks basically, it's called redlining. They would map out a city and identify where it would be a good investment or a poor investment, and it was racially tied essentially.
They try to say they don't do that no more, but they still do it.
And it's so hard to undo it because especially in Charlotte, I-277 went right through black neighborhoods. And so you displace those people, and then it's like you don't build homes for them, or you don't, like the Federal Housing Administration had underwritings where they would not allow developers or loans to be given to like black people, like blatantly, like they could not live there, and like covenants and like all these things. So I learned so much in school that applied to real life that it's like we're not that far removed, which is scary. But just trying to share that knowledge because
maybe
now,
like one generation, maybe 1 or 2 generations.
It's just crazy. But I think that my purpose is to try to just make a better legacy for my family and generate wealth. Like I don't want to be rich. Rich is flashy. I want to be wealthy. Wealthy is calm, collected, cool, and I know my bank account is stacked. So
I feel like I want to be rich for like 2 years. Then we can go get wealth.
I don't want to be famous though. I don't want to be famous. Think about that. Like LeBron can't do anything. If I was Savannah, I'd be like, LeBron, let's hang it up, just a little bit so we can have our time. But yeah, like it's just famous is just.
I mean, you're kind of already walking like the thin line.
I'm about to say you are a cheerleader on the heart. There are some little girls that are like, I want to see her cheer. Yeah,
that is very true. And why I carry myself the way I do is because I know it's young girls looking up to me. So I don't want to like be a bad influence in any way. Yeah. But it's very important that I realize that I would never let fame or being an influencer change me. Because I do know a lot of people in the influencer community who are just like fake. Like I personally
don't have no personality.
I personally cannot pretend I like you. And that's a skill that I have not learned quite just yet. My mom has
You don't
always
need to learn it.
My mom has always told me to be cordial, but it's just I just have so much depth to me that I can't just fake or be an airhead. And that's another thing. I don't want everyone to ever feel like that. Being an influencer, I have an education and I don't play about my education. So being on the internet does not mean that you're not intelligent. And so I always try to show up in my content in ways that reflect that, because I don't do disrespect. I don't.
How is that meeting and collabing with other content creators or influencers, and they're not exactly who you thought they would have been based off of the... So it's like, how do we go from here? Like, what, like...
It's interesting. I think a lot of times I haven't had like any direct collaborations, but recently, like with Sephora, I was out there and just like meeting new people.
By the way, she won.
Oh my goodness, I did.
She won. Yeah.
I forgot that.
I forgot that. What?
I didn't forget that, but like in the process of us having this conversation, I was so shocked.
Oh no, we was gonna get to it regardless.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I think the one I realized when I got there, content creation is sometimes all that influencers have. I would never put my eggs all in one basket. That's just how, when I do like a risk analysis of my life, I would never want to be all in on this one thing, because what if the building comes crashing down? Especially content creation is so
trendy.
Yeah, trendy, fluid, and it's based on if people like me. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I have a cool personality, but at the same time, people, their interests change. Like, I'm not, like, I wish I could get more into fashion. Y'all help me out. I really wish, because like fashion is like Wisdom, the creator online. His
crazy. Hold on, wait.
He's tough. He's tough.
That's a different person. I'm sorry.
He's tough. Yeah, Wisdom
is tough.
There's also a dude named Wisdom that's a photographer, and he went to SCAD, but he also went to our high school. He's tough too.
Yeah, like just in general with that, like fashion is like insane. But yeah, I think the one thing that I don't like when I meet new influencers and I talk to them, and like I'm like, yeah, so. Oh, they're like, oh, you have a job. And I'm like, yeah, I work full time in tech. And they're like, oh, and they're like, and we start having a conversation. They're like, oh, you're so smart. I'm like, what do you mean by that? Like, if you guys, I don't know if it's like because I'm a Black woman that they felt like that, or because I'm an influencer, or because I'm so young, being 22. But I always try to exhibit myself rooted in education, because that's what got me into content creation, because I was in college. Yeah. So, yeah,
I just can't take none of that stuff personal.
Yeah, I don't take it personal, but I always think it's like a backhanded love. I don't know.
It's always gonna be
it's like condescending in a way, but I really don't. I don't like when people say that, like, oh, like I didn't know you were smart. I'm like, yeah. Like even one of my coaches in college said that. They were like, we didn't know how smart you were. I'm like, yeah.
You didn't know me.
Yeah, I cheer, I work, I got a 3.9, 4.0 semester GPAs, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude, like all these different things. Hello? Yeah. So it's interesting to, yeah.
We be reading. And I
don't like reading.
You don't like reading?
I digest everything like through video. Like I've never been, like, I don't even know. Like, yeah, 3rd grade, I had a not great English teacher. So I kind of low key failed my EOG or whatever. But my mom, she's an educator. So we always did extra work while we were at home. And we just picked up on it. Like, I don't like reading.
Yeah, but you can read though. So,
oh, for sure. But it's also, I just digest content way better if I listen to it or watch a video, or if I'm hands-on with it. So that's why I do so well in math, because it's like, you have to write everything out in math. You don't just read it in your head and just try to solve something. So we're not going to talk about the
sometimes.
I was gonna bring that up.
We're not going to talk about the question.
But no, I was gonna say I be okay. That's what it is. With math, at least.
Wait, what was you about to say about reading though? Because you said we'd be reading. But what was your...
getting back to like the backhand compliments type thing. Like people would see us out, like, oh, you read?
Oh, yeah.
Nigga, what? Yeah. Don't you see me reading the book?
Yeah, I had bought a book to the club.
Okay, see, that's performative.
It wasn't performative. I was really reading.
You know what's
though,
crazy? I've literally been in the club with my laptop doing the paper.
That's
why.
real.
Why are you in the club?
That's real.
Okay, because I still like to enjoy socially.
Facts.
But it's like, it wasn't even like a club. It was like, it's like a college club and like in Chapel Hill or whatever, and they have like different areas and stuff. But I just prioritize my work. Like you work then play.
Okay.
So I kind of intermix the two a little
Right.
bit, but
Playing too much.
I don't know if y'all like study with like music or like TV in the background, but I study with just background noise because it makes me focus like 10 times more. I can't study in silence because then my thoughts are gonna take over and be like, oh my gosh, like you could be doing this, you could be doing that. So it's like, yeah.
Facts.
So
I study with back.
it's like literally a picture
Yeah.
of me. Like someone took like they're like, yo, what is she doing in here?
Yeah, nah, it was just like right after dinner, we went out, and I'm just like, I mean, I got to a good part, so let me get
On
a
the
drink.
cruise?
On the book.
On the cruise?
On the cruise, yeah.
See, my imagination is not active enough to like. I be trying to read books. I did read one by Dave Ramsey though. That was like a financial book, so I can read.
Dave Ramsey?
Yeah, I like nonfiction. So if it's like a nonfiction book, I can read that all the time. I don't do like fantasy or like rom-com vibe because it's just like my imagination is just not that heightened as much.
Maybe I need to go look at another Dave Ramsey book, because one of the ones that I picked up by him, I was just glancing through it. It seemed a little outdated. But
Or
maybe-
conservative.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
that
word to
too.
put it. Yeah,
Okay.
conservative. Yeah.
But maybe pick up another one.
Fair.
But
I like books though.
Yeah, I feel like I can do both. I feel like, because I was always read too. Like in third grade, we had a class book that we would go through every probably like 4 weeks or something like that. And that's why I picked up, okay, like reading is actually kind of cool. Well, depending on what book you get,
Yeah.
you know, the interest and all like that. And then we would have to do our little journal response about what the teacher read. And that's really how I started to get more engaged with listening. So, but I haven't listened to any like audios as of recently.
Yeah.
I have. I listened to some audios. I was listening to John Hope Bryant, and I listened to Machiavelli, The Prince, and I also listened to something. I forgot the dude's name because it's like German or some shit. So it's. I've been listening to audiobooks though, but I be realizing like I be trying to listen to it in the car, but it had to come in like a real like weird time where music is just becoming tiring, and so you play something
feel
smart. But just had it up. Damn it. Where we at? Okay.
45 too.
Yeah, that's what about to get this last question out, and then we gonna
Okay,
get right.
cool.
She Means Business podcast. We have
Yes.
to talk about it.
We
I don't get it.
did.
First of all, what was the purpose for it? You know, where did you see it going, and is there any plans to pick it back up?
Yeah, so it really started because I saw everyone picking up a mic and they weren't talking about anything. And I was like, I just wanted to share the people that I've met and just honestly through social media connecting with people and how I learned so much from others and just inviting guests on to really highlight individuals that were excelling in their field and women doing that, particularly Black women doing that. So the first guest that I had on there, Brandy Marshall, she's on Selling the OC on Netflix, and she started following me because her daughter has curly hair, and she was like basically like product recommendations and things like that. So I reached out to her, and she was phenomenal to have on for my first guest. And
Shout
so
out
we
Brandy.
talked about like real estate and like how California is like the hardest real estate exam test to pass and to become a practicing real estate agent. But for me, I just wanted it to be a way to diversify my content, to show people that I'm more than just short form content and that I actually enjoy having communication and dialogue with others, and just to highlight different career fields, because in college it can be so overwhelming to figure out what exactly do you want to do, because it's your choice to do whatever you would want.
Facts.
And I changed my major 4 times. Like
I remember you saying that 4 times.
I was pre-med neuroscience, then I changed to pre-med exercise sports science, then I changed because I think they got rid of something, so it was psychology, and then I did my major that I graduated with, information science, but I had to apply to that school, so I was taking classes for my major but not a declared major, and I was like really moving and jiving to get enrolled into those classes by building connections with professors and showing them like, hey, like I actually want to be in these classes. And like I would show up to classes I wasn't even enrolled in and be like, hey, like whenever someone dropped, like put me on that class list. So
But your minor stayed the same?
my minor probably, it changed because it was what? I think I had like a psychology minor or something like that, but I picked up the entrepreneurship and I picked up the urban planning because I took classes in them and I just loved them. And they were easy to finish like pretty quick. So I had 3 programs. I was like, if I'm going to school for free, I'm going to get as much as I can out of my courses.
That's real.
Dedicated.
That's real. All right, man. You know, just the cliche question everybody gonna ask: what does success looks like for you in your next chapter?
Oh my!
You're in Atlanta.
I'm in ACL. Oh, I love Atlanta. Do y'all go to Cascade? I love Cascade. I love
never
roller
been to
skating. We need to
Cascade.
go to Cascade.
I can't skate.
You can't skate?
Yeah, no.
And you from Atlanta?
Nah, I'm not from here.
Where you from?
I'm from Virginia.
Really?
Yeah.
What part?
757.
I mean,
So, like,
well,
South Virginia.
didn't we talk about this? Because I got 804. My mom and them.
Yeah.
They're from Virginia. Oh, okay, cool. So you should know.
Yeah,
Okay,
a
great.
little bit.
What does success look like for Alicia? I'm cooking right now.
Okay, cook.
I'm really cooking right now. I would say short term, I have applied to graduate school.
Okay.
So I applied.
For-
So I applied to Georgia Tech for a business analytics master's,
It's a great school.
but I'm applying to UCLA for the MBA program. So if I get into UCLA, it was really just like a random thing to think about.
Long ways.
Long ways to, be across the country, but I feel like it's a market that can really be like intentional with placing me in a position to explore not only professionally but personally as an entrepreneur, content creator, and just learning the corporate landscape a little bit better. So that's something I recently have been planning on doing. Just because I don't know, I don't want to just be done with school just yet. But yeah, just working on building out my portfolio of entrepreneurship to align with what I am interested in hair. I do braid, to let you know. Braid very well.
I don't even
Nah,
want to take
don't
this off. I don't even want to take this off and take it off. Show you. Hey, listen.
So yeah, I'm also like,
Say that then.
I'm also really, I love hair. So like when I was at school at UNC, I did the silk press for our student body president. I was braiding the women's basketball hair.
I'm about to go silk
I was
press
retwisting
real
some of the
soon.
football players' hair. Like I really enjoy doing hair. Now, granted, I can't braid on myself, which is so backwards. But that's a story for another
I
day.
thought that's how you're supposed to start.
It's hard though. It's a little different. And
the parting?
I'm tender-headed. It's not even the parting. It's just like gripping your hair to stitch it like for cornrows. But yeah, like who knows? I just finished a real estate course, so I passed that exam, but I don't want to be a real estate agent, but I just wanted to learn real estate so I could learn investing. So success for me is just me knowing that I'll lean into my interests more now that I'm post-grad. And then, I'm about to run over to the arena because we got a game, so who knows what cheering for the Hawks, what other doors that will open up. So just follow me, stay
The
tuned.
love of the game, man. Show the love of the game.
Who he played? 76ers? Who they got? Tyrese Maxey?
And Joel back playing, ain't it?
Really?
I don't know how long.
VJ.
Ooh.
Shout out. Yeah, I mean, shout out
Wait.
Joel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
VJ
He hard.
there.
He
Yeah.
hard.
He hard.
He hard.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah.
Nah, man, we reached the point in the episode where we like to give, you know what I'm saying, person on the other side of the screen, they might have clicked on the video because they seen Alicia.
Hi, guys.
You know what I'm saying? So what's something that they must leave with? You know, they stay here. We're way over an hour.
Ooh.
They stayed here.
Y'all know I could talk forever. But anyways, I would say the one thing that I would want them to take away from this conversation today is to realize how multifaceted they can be and not put themselves into a box. Because if I would have listened to my academic advisor, the haters, or just like even family expectations of like what does success look like, I would have not been in the spaces that I've been in. I would have built a startup. I wouldn't have dived into content creation. So just don't ever put yourself into a box. Know that you don't have to let fear be a reason why you block your blessings. And I said that in a video not too long ago. So just stay true to who you are and remember that you can actually do anything you put your mind to.
Actual, factual, no capsule.
I'm gonna say,
Period.
have love for the game, and the
Ooh.
game could be whatever you want it to be. Like, for example, pulling up to class that you not even in, that you want to be in, just to show the
love.
professor, like, you gotta really love the game to pull
That's
up to a
facts.
class that you not in and say, yo, like, I'm here. Like,
I don't think
as
I
soon as
love
that
that
spot
game.
open, like, love the game, and the game can
Take
be
that
whatever.
initiative.
You see what I'm saying? And that could be your life as well. Like, you gotta really love. Man,
Come on, P.
I'm finna do that.
Come on,
Yeah,
P.
you get what I'm saying?
I got mine when we was like a little bit into the episode, and it's just like show up and do the work. You know what I'm saying? Show up and do the work, bro. Because I did it like my journalism class. Actually, I had to do a assignment on a media profile, and I ended up doing somebody from Georgia State who's been doing like the baseball and the football and stuff, and he like broadcast. He was like, "Yeah, man, you just really got to do your homework, man. You got to show up." And I was like, "Today I did my homework. And I showed up, and I felt good about the questions I was asking, and it just felt like it was rolling off the tongue. Cause I don't normally like research for real. We'll get in here and just have free conversation wherever the conversation go. But like me doing my homework and being able to like ask the questions and guide the questions, now I know what it looks like in post to edit clips and how I'm gonna put out the clips and this. So it's like, yeah, man, just show up and do your homework, man.
And that's what being intentional is all about.
Facts.
That part.
Hey, man, we're at Almost Dropouts. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. You want to shout out where they can find your business at? Your Instagram, everything?
So you can follow me across on all platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Alicia Rae, ALYCEARAE, my first and middle name together, period. And you can follow my business page for my startup hair match, HAIRMATCHAPP. Yes, I did a spelling bee, and yes, I did watch Aquila and the Bee every time I did it. So, yeah.
Yeah, man, make sure y'all go show love. Hey, man, shout out to Nia Paul. We'll see y'all on the next one, man. We out.
Damn, Nia also from North Carolina too. That would have been dope if y'all imagine if they knew each other.
Nia who?
Nia Paul. Well, Richardson.